Hello and good morning, everyone. Parents, special guests, teachers, and students. Welcome to the fourth day of our PYP exhibition 2022 with the theme How We Express Ourselves. I am Ms. Nadia and I will be your moderator for today, the first session. And for this session, we will have two presenters. For the first one, we have Emma. She will discuss about sketching with the title Sketching Me. And for the second one, we have Keiichi. He will discuss about origami with the title Let Us Unfold Our Journey. Before we start the presentation, let us take a look at the housekeeping. I will highlight some points. The first one, turn on your camera and mute your mic during the presentation. Type your questions in the chat box and choose reply for everyone. Please do not record the session, but we will record for school publication purposes. And please choose speaker view if you are using laptop. Without further ado, please welcome the first presenter, Emma.
Hello dear viewers, my name is Emma from 6L. I have an interest in sketching. Relating to it, I also come up with some goals along with the help of my lovely mentors, Ms. Gina, Mr. Yadi, and Miss Ella, and my teacher, Miss Nina. Today, I will show you how I express myself through my interest in sketching. First of all, I would like to briefly introduce myself again. Hello everyone, my name is Emma and I like to sketch in the form of black and white gradation. I love to sketch different kinds of things that relate to my feelings, such as objects, sceneries, and more. I love to browse new inspirations and ideas in which I find interesting. Sketching has been a part of my life ever since I was a young girl. Though I mostly sketch for fun, mainly, it is because I want to express how I feel to others. With the word fun, you will mostly not take things that seriously. But as I started to open up to sketching more, I've started to realize the satisfaction of it, such as the gradation, the tone, and with the word art itself. Such as this sketch that I've got from Mrs. Google. It's beautiful, isn't it? I am still a beginner in sketching. There are a lot of challenges which I didn't know would occur, such as making the tone smoothly going from light to dark, a precise way in portraying a thing, and more. However, during my sketch progression, I did gain and develop an ability and proud moments. It is how I was able to be more confident in showing my true self and being able to satisfy myself with my first ever I'm interested and proud sketch. So, be true, be you. Yup, bisa yup. Without any further ado, let's get into my presentation. Sketches are mostly used as a doodle in exploring ideas or formally as a study. But hey, do you know sketching can be art itself? As it has been mentioned in the beginning, I'm interested in sketching that relates to how I feel on a certain day. I like to sketch in the form of black and white gradation, and by that, there are some benefits in which I can use for myself and for others. Using the form of black and white can dramatically present the tone and gradation of the feelings from the intensity that I put on the sketch. I feel like I'm also able to help those people in understanding certain feelings more, as I think it has a benefit in conveying my message using the form of black and white gradation. Here are my central idea and lines of inquiry that my mentors and I have made. First off is central idea, which is people use arts to provoke thought and convey creativity and uniqueness. From my perspective, art can convey emotional power and connect the heartstrings of that certain message that we want to deliver, such as Pablo Picasso's Guernica painting, which changed the world's perspective and ended the Spanish Civil War. Moving on with my lines of inquiry. The first lines of inquiry is different types of sketching. The second lines of inquiry is the benefit of sketching. And the third lines of inquiry is let's sketch. Let's see with the first lines of inquiry, which is different types of sketching. I have chosen to sketch in the form of black and white gradation. From my own point of view, it is able to dramatically portray my feelings more from the intensity and gradation that I put. The next line of inquiry is the benefit of sketching. From my own experience, sketching really does help me out in releasing my negative feelings. I am able to express it through the hardness of the tone and gradation. And lastly, lines of inquiry number 3, which is let's sketch. From my own point of view, sketching only has the power to be able to portray and explore a certain thing more. For me, it is able to specifically redraw and discover that certain thing again. In my PYP journey, there were a lot of things that has happened in order to reach my goals. Before things became active, I already had some wanted questions that was waiting to be answered. Here are some of the questions that I wanted to know. But there's one key question that made me so eager to know. It was the connection in art. Here are the goals that I want to achieve, which is having connections with the viewer and to set up my own digital art gallery. For my first action, I have done some browsing with Mrs. Google in answering those questions that I want to know. There were a lot of interesting and useful informative articles, which explained how they could get the artist's message, the aesthetic in art, and more. After browsing in a lot of articles, I have compiled all my thoughts, ideas, and the things that I must prioritize today. I call it the checklist journal. After compiling my thoughts and ideas, I wanted to have my first little experiment to see if I'm able to convey my feelings. So, I made my own sample sketch and surveyed year 4 to 5 students in it. Overall, the results were a success in conveying my feelings. I was able to interview a special art enthusiast, Mr. Ratwan, an art expert in painting sceneries of nature. He has taught me a short summary of the strong connection in art, art's perspective in art as time flies, and more. This is Mr. Ratwan showing us one of his paintings. After receiving a brief summary of art from Mr. Ratwan, I was able to reflect and start pasting the information that I've got. Here's me sketching one of my sketches entitled Point. One of my goals is setting up my own digital art gallery globally. I have decided to use Book Creator as my main source in doing that. I have made 7 sketches that are inserted with meanings about my feelings in life. Here is a quick preview of my digital art gallery. But if I want to be able to share my digital art gallery globally, I must first get the attention. In doing so, I have campaigned year 4 to 5 students to help me out in viewing it. I have also prepared an extra stress-relieving activity for them to see that sketching could also be a fun, beneficial activity in releasing anything that you want to release or express. My mentors and I have also brought up an idea to have a mini art gallery facing at school. Also, I thought that this could be an opportunity for others to feel and get the connection in art. Here's a sketch that I've put entitled Soft Green. In the end, I was able to express myself globally by using Instagram and express the meanings behind each feelings. Because I am still a beginner in sketching, I have also inserted a feedback form in which I have received useful inputs and suggestions. From this experience, I have learned that everything takes time, effort, and patience with myself to be able to reach my goal. How did I take all these actions? Firstly, it is definitely having a good time management in arranging my time between school tasks and PYPX and PYPX. Secondly, is having a motto to just do it, to speak up whatever things that I must inform and to just do it. So, from this experience, what have I learned and developed? There were a lot of things that I've learned, but what really has taught me something is to firstly just express myself and keep on moving forward. Secondly, I have learned how powerful art can change one's perspective. Lastly, having patience with time itself, where no matter what, I must keep on trying and move on until I'm satisfied with myself. During this progress, I have also developed new approaches to learning and learner profiles too. I have developed four approaches to learnings. Firstly, thinking skills, for thinking if this certain thing that I want to draw, title, and describe relates to my feelings. Secondly, my research skills, for searching and finding new information on the what, whys, and hows in art. Then, communication skills, as I try to develop my creativity and sketching through interviewing, discussing, brainstorming, and more. Lastly, I have also developed my self-management skills for trying to keep up with deadlines and this PYPX and my school task. And lastly, the learner profiles that I have developed is first, being a reflective person, for reflecting on the inputs and suggestions that I've gotten and trying to learn from it. Second, for being an open minded person, in accepting others' opinions and responses about my sketches. Last but not least, being a thinker, for thinking if my sketches make sense between my feelings and connecting this opinion to my sketch. But there are also some things that I wish I can improve. It is my time management for prioritizing and my overthinkings that slowed me down in doing my actions. And lastly, my concentration. In this, I wish I was able to listen to my own rules that I have set it for myself, such as taking a break, putting aside the unnecessary things, etc. So, with me reflecting on my Irish actions, I really hope that in the future I will do better than this. As this is what it lives now, I really hope that this could interest you to start sketching, and I also hope that this progress of mine could be a reflection phase for you. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask so. Once more, thank you.
Thank you, Emma, for your presentation. It was very good and wonderful sketch. Hopefully, everyone will start sketching and proud of their work, like you do. Okay, next. Please welcome our second presenter for today, Katie.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kechi. I'm from 6L Muda Kedoya. I will now present a slide about origami. Let us unfold our journey, and I hope you enjoy it. My name is Kechi, and I like to fold origami. I chose this topic because I want people to release their creativity by doing some origami. And here are my mentors, Miss Nadia, Miss Winnie, and Miss Susie. And here are my general mentors, Miss Rika, Miss Timmy, Miss Marisa, and Miss Lina. I chose this issue because people don't know how to express their creativity while doing origami. My transdisciplinary theme is how we express ourselves. My central idea is people use art to provoke and convey creativity and uniqueness. My lines of inquiry are history of origami, origami technique, expressing to our creativity through folding paper arts. My key concept is form, function, and perspective, and my related concept is culture, techniques, and enjoyment. At first, origami was invented by the Japanese about 1,000 years ago, but its root may be well in China. It also has a high probable that the process of folding was applied to other materials before paper was invented. So, the origins of recreational folding may lie with cloth or leather. Japanese origami began sometime after Buddhist monks from China carried paper to Japan during the 6th century. The monks record their use in Zenji as early as 200 AD. The first Japanese origami was used for religious ceremonial purpose only due to the high price of paper back then. But the first origami folding technique were invented by the grandmaster of origami, Akira Yozawa. He made more than 50,000 origami models. Did you know folding 1,000 paper cranes give a person a chance to make one special wish come true? The crane is to believe to live for 1,000 years, and that is the meaning of behind 1,000. An individual needs to fold wish. Also, did you know that origami is diverted from two words, Japanese words, ori that means folded and kami that means paper. Before that, the art was called orikata that means folded shape. And also, did you know that traditional origami folding doesn't use any scissors or any type of destruction of the paper? And here some examples of origami. From easy to difficult techniques of folding, I have made all of these, but I haven't made the dragon, the elephant, and the elephant itself. Here are 3 techniques of folding origami: cushion fold, kite fold, and many more. I will encourage people to do origami in their free time, and I'll also teach them how to fold origami shapes by playing a video of me folding origami. Sensei Arizawa is a sensei from Japan with expertise in origami. He gave me a lot of information about history, purpose, and tradition of origami. He did mention that in 1840, Bell created the first kindergarten school and origami was used one of his learning methods. Long before that, origami already existed in Japan. If you go to a museum, you would definitely see origami forms taught by Bell. And he said that origami isn't not about tradition, it's about the children's brain development. For example, to make diagonal folds, the children must fold the match of the corners of the paper. Rano Pradipta is an origami expert. He was inspired by the Netherlands origami artist Jus Laved. He was inspired when he was in kindergarten. His tip for conquering origami is to keep folding, but when you fail, try again using better quality paper. The examples are kami paper and tissue foil. He usually fails in origami because if this problem it's new to him or it has too many folds in it. And he also said the challenges of folding origami is your paper sometimes rip apart or you did the wrong fold last time. From the pre-survey results of how many origami shapes can you make, it says half of the origami shapes can you make. It says half of the students from grade 2 and grade 3 are able to make 1 until 3 shapes from which one of the shapes interests you. The biggest percentage is the shark in the following intermediate level of folding, followed by pigeon in the easy level of folding. Here's some screenshot of me doing the workshop. When I did this workshop, I started with the easy one, which is the pigeon. Almost all of the students were able to do it well independently, but it was also quite challenging to teach them how to fold and make sharks. And here's a video tutorial of me doing the origami pigeon. I hope you enjoy and are eager to learn origami folding. And here are the results from the workshop that they posted in Padlet. After the workshop, 87.5% of people enjoyed making origami and 12.5% didn't enjoy making origami. These are some of the benefits of making origami. First, origami helps us improve our hand-eye coordination. Second, it also helps us improve our fine motor skills and our mental concentration. And lastly, we're able to concentrate more because we need to listen while folding the origami. I suggest you practice your origami folding skills in your spare time by making origami shapes starting from the easiest level such as boat, pigeon, and keep on trying. My learner profile is knowledgeable because you need to know how many folding techniques is in origami. Inquire because you need to try out new things like the origami shapes, different folding techniques, and well balanced because you need to try out and explore new things. My approach to learning are research skills. When I want to know new origami shapes, I need to research them on YouTube. Self-management skills. When I make origami, I need to have some free time and communication skills when I ask someone to teach me how to do hard origami folds. My reflection is making this PYP X was really hard because I keep on making mistakes, but I never give up. And I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Keiichi, for your presentation. It was a great presentation and hope that everyone will start realizing the fun on folding origami. And if you want to watch the video, you can check out Keiichi's Padlet. Now, let us move to the question and answer session for Keiichi and Emma. Okay, Keiichi and Emma. There are lots of questions in the chat box. Thank you for the questions. The first question is from Mr. Nail for both of you. Which skill do you think is most important for a student to have in order to complete their exhibition on time? I will start with Emma.
Thank you for your very interesting question. Well, for me, the skills that is very important to be able to finish my task on time is definitely having the skills of self-management skills. Because without having that self-management skills, our priorities in which that must be done today will end up being done in the last minute, or we will actually not be able to do it on that day in which we must do the task on that certain day. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. So self-management skills and the priority. Do you have your own schedule? Do you make it?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, so you make your own schedule and checklist the priority. Thank you, Emma. And how about Kechi? Still the same question?
Thank you for that question. The skill that I use the most for time management is the time management skills, so I can manage my time nicely, and self-management skills, so I could finish the assignment fastly and correctly at the same time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kechi. So self-management skill and time management skill. So both of you can manage to finish it on time. Okay, thank you. Next question for Emma. It's from Ayu. What were the challenges you faced when you conducted the campaign to grade 4 and 5?
Thank you for your interesting question. Well, the challenges that I face for me is because right now I am still kind of struggling with my confidence in speaking up. And about me, the challenges that I face is also getting the responses, since I also know that other class are also busy doing their works and tasks. So it was really kind of hard to get the response, but I was able to get it on time. And for me, about my confidence, I realized that I am getting better, but I still need to improve in answering the questions without any hesitation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. And when you realize that it's hard to receive the response, what have you done?
For me, I just try to take a deep breath, and then I just try to focus on the question as if no one's there and just the checkbox. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. Next question is still for Emma from Miss Lenny. Oh, you are a very talented young sketch artist, and I am so amazed with your sketches. May I know what are the sketch techniques that you think or feel need to improve?
Thank you for your interesting question. Well, right now, the techniques in which I still need to improve is definitely shading properly, since I notice how I still sometimes shade it with space in which it makes it not really smooth.
Okay, thank you, Emma. And the question still from Ms. Lenny. You made few sketches for your PYPX project. Which sketch work is your favorite one and why? And what are the impacts of PYP exhibition to you personally?
Well, for me, the sketch that really made me proud is my bird pollinating sketch that is entitled Soft Screen, because actually drawing animals is one of the weakest points in drawing for me. And seeing that I was able to draw my a bird pollinating was really surprising for me. And during this PX, the impacts that really have got the benefit for me is definitely increasing my confidence in just expressing myself and to just speak out whatever things that I have in mind. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. Next question from Miss Susie for Emma. Who or what has inspired you for your sketching?
Thank you for your question. For me, actually, I just started sketching out of the blue because I was just feeling bored or I just wanted to sketch for fun. Right now, the sketch or the drawing that has inspired me is actually from Google. It's about a picture about a cat that really draw it very clearly and the tone is very soft. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. Next question is for Katie from Miss Mariza. Mengapa kamu memilih origami untuk proyek kamu?
Terima kasih untuk pertanyaan itu. Saya pilih topik ini karena itu sangat menyenang dan membantu saya meningkat kemampuan konsentrasi saya.
Oke, terima kasih Keiichi. Jadi menurut Keiichi, origami ini menyenangkan ya. Oke, pertanyaan selanjutnya untuk Emma dari Miss Mariza. Mengapa kamu memilih tema sketching untuk proyek PYP exhibition-mu?
Terima kasih atas pertanyaannya. Saya memilih tema sketching untuk PPX project saya karena untuk saya sketsa bisa mengeluarkan dan mengekspresikan perasaan saya lebih jelas. Terima kasih.
Oke, terima kasih. Next question from Miss Andri. It's for both presenters. What is the most challenging part on your project? Most challenging part on your project. Okay, I will start from Emma.
Thank you for your interesting question. The most challenging part during this QIPX project is firstly definitely managing my time because in the beginning I overthink too much when I was practicing in sketching a perfect shade and my speed in doing the task was also too slow. Thank you.
Thank you. And how about Keiichi, still with the same question?
Thank you for the question. The most challenging part for me is during this PYPX is managing my time because when I first picked this topic, I still didn't know much about origami. I only know some shapes like pigeon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma and Keiichi. Next is from Miss Lenny for Keiichi. What are the aha information you've learned from Sensei that is very important for your project?
Thank you for the question. The most aha question, the answer from Sensei Arizawa was, I just note that origami isn't a Japanese tradition. It's just for making the child brain development. That's the most aha question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Keiichi. So you think that it's a tradition, turns out it's not.
Yeah, it turns out it's not a tradition.
Okay, next question is still for Keiichi, still from Miss Lenny. What is the hardest shape that you have made?
For me, it is the shark from YouTube, not from Ranu. Thank you.
Okay, and can you make the shark now?
Yes, now from Ranu Pradipta, I finally know how to make the shark, but in a simpler form.
Okay, thank you, Keiichi. Next question is for Emma. Do you ever out of idea what to draw when you want to express your feeling?
Thank you for your interesting question. Well, the answer is actually yes, since my feelings sometimes are very unpredictable, since sometimes it will go from happy to sad and then mad to happy again. So sometimes when I want to draw the things that relate to my feeling, I really need to explore it deeply, and sometimes search on the web. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. Next questions. Let's see. For both of you, it's from Mr. Sutris. What is your proud moment in doing this exhibition? And how do you feel that now you both have done your exhibition? I can start with Emma.
Thank you for your interesting question. The proudest moment during this PYPX project is how I was able to successfully convey my feelings, and I was able to satisfy my feelings to the viewers in the end from the feedbacks that I've gotten and how I was also able to learn from it. And after this PYPX project, I felt really proud at myself on how I just don't care on about the negative comments that I think will come out and to just show myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. And are you feeling proud right now?
Yes, miss.
Yes, we are also proud of you. Thank you, Emma. And how about Kechi? Still with the same question?
Thank you for that question. My most proudest moment in this PYPX journey is doing the campaign to grade 2 and grade 3 because I successfully teach them how to make a origami pigeon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kechi. And how do you feel now that you had finished your exhibition and this is your presentation and your big day?
I feel very happy because I finally finished this PYPX journey.
Okay, thank you, Kechi. And do you feel proud of yourself right now?
Yes, I feel proud now.
Okay, we are also proud of you. Thank you, Emma and Kechi. Next question. It's for Kechi from Miss Stephanie. What challenges did you find when you taught the younger kids to follow your instruction in doing origami?
Thank you for that question. The challenges of me teaching the younger kids is sometimes they ask to redo it sometimes, so I need to get very many origami paper, and I also need to explain them while I argue a lot. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kechi. And what have you done when they're arguing or when they ask you to redo it? What is your response?
If they argue, I will stop doing it and I will wait until the argument is finished. And if they ask me to redo it, I need to redo it.
Okay. Ever they stop arguing when you stop?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So they notice that you stop and wait for them to stop arguing. Thank you, Kechi, for the answers. Next question is still for Kechi. It's from Ayu. Did you conduct an online interview with the origami masters?
No, I didn't do interview with the sensei, but I made the questions for the sensei and give it to the translator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kechi. So you send the questions and got help from Miss Alfi Rahma of Shibi course as the translator.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next question. It's from Miss Lenny. The question is for both presenters. What are the skills or learner profiles that you think you need to continue to develop after PYP exhibition finish and why? I will start with Emma.
Thank you for your very interesting question. Well, the skills that I think that I still need to develop is my self-management skills, because up until now, even though I already saw the impact, I still sometimes overthink on my work, and by that I really still need to improve to not do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. And when you overthink of your work, what will you do?
Well, for me, I mostly overthink whenever I feel overwhelmed already. So I will mostly just leave my task for a while and take a 10 or 5 minute break and just play my piano. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. How about Keiichi? Still with the same question?
What are the, for me, I need to develop my self-management skills after the PYPX because I still did some of the assignments late. Thank you.
Okay, and how can you develop that skills?
By reducing the mini sorry. I will use my mini break to do some of the assignments, not run around.
Okay, thank you, Keiichi. Next question. So we still have lots of questions, interesting questions. From Mr. Sutris for Keiichi. How long have you been learning origami?
I actually start learning origami when 1 month before the PYPX started. So I just started learning how to fold origami. Thank you.
Okay, but when do you start like to make origami?
I started to like origami when in this PYPX journey, in the middle of it.
Okay. Thank you, Keiichi. And next question. Let's see. For both of you, it's from Miss Rachel. Thank you for your very interesting presentations. Which aspects of your PYP exhibition are you the most proud of, and which aspect will help you in your future? Start with Emma.
Thank you for your interesting question. Well, for me, the aspect that I am the most proud at is how I was able to convey my feelings to others successfully. And I think by that, that aspect that will help me with my future is definitely having a more clear of a connection to the viewer, since actually one of the most important things in art is having the connection with the viewers, even though the artist really didn't intend to have any connection. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. What a great answers. And how about Keiichi? Still with the same question?
Thank you for the question. The most proud aspect I ever done in this PYPX is I finally know how to make the shark and know how to present the campaign well to the grade 1 and grade 2 and grade 3. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answers. Next question is for Emma. Do you ever try to play with color, not a monochrome sketch?
Thank you for your interesting question. Well, actually, yes, I actually have tried playing with color, but for me, I wanted to try doing it a different one, since colors, I think, is very common, and especially color is also a very strong way to have connection with viewers. But for me, I think I want to try making it monochrome, as I think I can also develop something from it, as it is also new for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. And which one do you like better, the one with color or the monochrome one?
Actually, I like both. Actually, I like both of them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. Next question for Keiichi from Jason Halim. As a comment for Keiichi, as a paper airplane maker, I can find a couple of holes hard for me to fold. Oh, that's a comment for Keiichi. And the questions, how did you figure out how to do the harder folds? And did you use real life concepts like how paper airplane has fun to how it fly? You need me to repeat the question, KG?
Yes.
Okay, the first one, how did you figure out how to do harder folds?
Oh, I figured out how to do harder folds by watching video tutorials a couple times.
Okay, so you watch and you try to do it yourself?
Yeah, the hard folds, like the like the examples are like mountain fold or valley fold or rabbit ear fold.
And how many times have you done it?
Trying to do the rabbit ear fold, I at least need to do it 10 times, then I master it.
So now you have succeeded on folding it?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. And the next question, did you use real life concept like how paper airplane find it to help it fly?
No, I didn't use any real life concept to make origami because all of my origami folds are just decoration, not like aeroplane and boat.
Okay, thank you, KG. Next question for both presenter from Ms. Rachel. What advice would you give to students who will be starting their PYP exhibition next year? Oh, advice. As we can see here, we have some friends from year 5. I can start with Emma.
Thank you for your interesting question. Well, the advice that I will say is to firstly don't be afraid in showing yourself, since the point of this PYPX is actually to show your inner self and to just express what you've got. So in this PYPX, just use this chance and just express yourself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. And how about Keiichi? Is it still the same question?
My advice to give to my advice are don't it's like Emma's, I don't know how to say.
Any advice?
The advice are like same as Emma. So how should I say it? My advice are try to express your creativity. Don't hold back creativity, and you must make your time management skills great. I don't know how.
Okay, so the advice is on time management skills.
Yes.
Okay, why Keiichi? Why time management skills?
Because if you do your PYPX at the last minute, at the last day, you will have a really high stress level, and you'll panic.
Okay, thank you, Keiichi. Next question. Oh, we still have a lot of questions. Let's see. From Miss Natasha Anwar. Okay, it's for Keiichi. What origami, animals or things or etc., you'd like to learn to make after doing a very comprehensive research about it?
I will try to make a dragon because it looks very interesting, but it's very hard. And an elephant because it looks very interesting.
Why dragon first?
Because dragon is very hard and I really want to know how to fold it so I could teach other people to do it.
Okay. Thank you. Next question for Emma from Miss Indra Marina. How to start drawing or sketching as a beginner?
Thank you for your great question. Well, for me as a beginner myself, I would firstly like to say that you must know which one you are really fond of. So if you are really fond of sketching, then for me, I should say you must start off with the basics like shading it properly and just draw any random objects like circle, rectangle, etc. Thank you.
Okay, so basic shapes first. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Emma. Next questions, also from Miss Indra Marina for Keiji. Does the word origami itself mean something?
Thank you for that question. Orikata was changed to origami because it heard more interesting. There's no meaning to it. They just change it because it feels more interesting to hear.
Okay, thank you. Next one, we have a comment. It's from Ayu, or should I call it Ibu Ayu? Well, it's good to know that you are trying your best to overcome the challenge. I hope this exhibition helps you boost your confidence. You did well, Emma. Thank you for the comment. Next questions from Madam Kath for Emma. There are many applications for sketching on gadget now. Have you tried them? And which one is better? Manual drawing using paper and pencils or applications on gadget?
Thank you for a really interesting question. Well, since we are now in this era and digital drawings are very on hit right now, for me, I'm actually not really good at digital drawing. So for me, I think I am better at drawing manually, and for me, I'm able to show the realisticness better in manual drawing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. Next question for Katie from Madam Kath. How many origami shapes are already created in the world now? And how many have you tried? Did you use different kinds of paper for origami?
Thank you for that question. There are over 50,000 folds in the world, but I only know how to do 10 of them. It is swan, pigeon, boat, ninja star, shark, and etc. I forgot the rest.
Okay, thank you, Keiichi. And is it hard to learn the shapes?
Yeah, some of the shapes are hard, like the shark and swan.
Okay, thank you. Madam Kat said that thanks for your great presentation and interesting project. And don't stop following for Keiichi. And from Ms. Tara Tanawan, wonderful presentations, Emma and Keiichi. I can see your passion in your topics and interest to persuade others. Well done. Wow, what a great questions and answers you have right there. If you have any more questions, you can post it in the chat box. Okay. We have a question for Katie from reviews. How many origami can you make in an hour?
If I did the pigeon in an hour, I could at least make 15 of the pigeons in an hour.
How many, sorry?
15 pigeons in an hour.
15.
Yeah, that's a lot.
1 and 5 in an hour. Okay, 15 in an hour. But it's only for pigeon, is it?
Yeah, if shark, I can only make 3, I think, in an hour.
Okay. Thank you for your answers. And I think that's all the questions for you for today. Do you have a final message for everyone or a message for your guest speaker, Mr. Ridwan, Sensei Aizawa, Ms. Alfi Rahma from Chibi course, and Ranu? Can start with Emma.
Well, for me, I would just like to thank everyone, my mentors, the guest speaker, Mr. Redwan, who has helped me to get a better understanding of the connection in art, and also giving a brief summary of art in which Mr. Redwan has also explained some things that I also haven't thought of. And I also would like to thank my parents for supporting me whenever I feel down and always giving me the fighting spirit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emma. And how about Keiichi?
Thank you for all the people who helped me, like Ranu, who helped me know how to fold origami shapes, and Sensei Ariza. Wait, no, Sensei who?
Sensei Aizawa.
Aizawa, for helping me to learn more about the tradition, and all of my mentors for supporting me. And thank you for my parents too to help me fight the tough time that I've been through.
Okay, thank you, Emma and Keiichi, for your answers. Both of you did very great in answering all the questions. And I apologize if there are mistakes on calling someone and spelling your names. Okay, before we end this session, I would like to remind all of you to take a look at our Google Sites and kindly fill in the feedback. You can check the link in the chat box, or you can scan the QR, because we love to hear from all of you and appreciate your feedback for us to improve and develop. The purple QR is for the feedback and the red one is for the Google Sites. And after this session, we still have lots of amazing presenters. And if you want to be more healthy during the pandemic, stay tuned for the next session at 9:45 with Marco. We will discuss about cycling, and Brian, we will discuss about get in shape. And I am Miss Nadia. Thank you for the cooperation. Be true, be you. Yuk, bisa yuk.